Hello everybody, it's Rama, and I am very excited today because I am trying out some slow stitch, I guess I could call them fabric clusters, and I just was gifted all these absolutely beautiful fabrics from Randy Kirby, and so I just want to play with all these fabrics. It's all I want to do lately. So I decided to try to do some little clusters, kind of thinking about like the fairy forest theme in mind, since that seems to be what I am making all these little ephemera pieces and fun things. So I wanted to go over some of the materials that I used. First of all, of course, some fabric pieces. If you have heavier fabric pieces, they're definitely better, or you could even, put a stabilizer or something. This is definitely just things that I have figured out as I go, because I really do not have experience when it comes to sewing or slow stitching whatsoever. So this was an experiment for me, definitely a learning process, so I'm bringing you all along with me. So for the base, it's definitely nicer to have something that is, nice and thick. So we've got, some of those fabrics. This is kind of like a suede fabric. Any kind of like burlap. You basically, whatever it is that you are working on, no matter what the theme, you want to get a bunch of different textures to add fun. Make it more fun and add interest to your pieces. And then just some fun, pieces of fabric. These are just a few that I had out here. And then also any kind of trims that go along with the project that you're doing. Now, I did these mushrooms in a previous video, and I wanted to kind of add some of them to my clusters. So I have that here to show, and I will link that video if anybody is interested. So I have a couple of different things, like I'm sure we've all seen these leaves, these vines, and I have gold in it. And then I have this one that's kind of like twine. So I just gathered those things. And this is some yarn that it's so thick, I found it, kind of hard to use on anything. So I saw it and I thought, oh my goodness, I could just, rip that apart and use the fuzzy part, so I use a lot of this, you'll see in the video. And then this stuff, I got, it came with like the ribbon, the spools of ribbon and things. And I love using it, this stuff. And it's kind of like a brighter green on the underside. So, I mean, you can use it either way. And then lastly, of course, my threads. I have a couple of different kinds of thread. I have this gold thread. I have embroidery threads. And I just kind of gathered some things that I might want to use and sew onto my little projects. I have a lot of little crystal pieces and some beads and some, just little dangly pieces that I have. I also have buttons, this package of little mini buttons here. So now let's get on to the good part so you can see what I did. I'm going to show you, and then we can kind of, I'm going to go through the process video. I will play it with some music so you can kind of, watch and see what it is that I did. So this is the first one, and let me make sure I am kind of close up here. So you can see all of the different layers, and it started with just this, the natural layer there. And, I started adding things, and then I put the green underneath it. This is burlap. And then I put it on this thicker piece of fabric. So we've got a lot of layers as the base. You can see the parts here of that fuzzy yarn I pulled apart. Here I put the crystals, put a little charm and a wooden bead, some buttons, and at the very underneath there, I don't know, you can see some of this stuff. I think I put this on pretty much everything because I just really loved using it. So that was the first one. And I think moving on to this one, you can see I didn't put a mushroom on this one. So here, again, it started with the cream colored piece. You'll see in the video how I added all the different layers here. Mushroom, we've got the vine. This is from a fake plant that I have. I added some beads in there. We've got some burlap here underneath. Also have, I did a lot of this. I guess that's called like, is it called couching? This, I don't know, I'm learning all these new terms because this is not my thing, but I'm having so much fun with these sort of fabric collage pieces. But I did a lot of this, just sort of wrapping it, you know, on all of these pieces. And then, so at first I just started sewing down the mushrooms, but then I figured out that I really liked it better to kind of go around the edges with the black embroidery floss, and it kind of outlines it and makes it pop a little bit more. And I just did I guess it's called a back stitch to kind of go around it. Well, my version of a back stitch, because this was completely free-flowing, no serious skills here, except for creativity. Okay, so this one I think is maybe my favorite. I don't know, and I think it's just because of this mushroom I love so much. But you can see here, this is when I started to figure out, okay, I need to just go and outline that mushroom. So you'll see in the video I kind of stitch it down, but then I go back again and I stitch around it. Or I think this might actually be the one that I cut off the stitches to sew it down, and then I just went around it with the to make the outline. And I put some little, you know, beads on this one, and I really like the orange underneath, I think, too, the colors. So again, this one, it started with the cream colored piece, and then I added it on top of this orange, and then I just decided to put this, it's very thin cotton fabric. So I used some double-sided tape to hold it down, and I put it through my sewing machine. So that helped so that it didn't, you know, bunch up or anything when I'm sewing it. I love this one too. So here you can see where I did that, the couching, and just kind of wrapped around it. Added some buttons. Was playing around here with some different kind of stitches. Is it called? I don't know if it's, I don't know. I'll have to figure out the different types of stitches and write that down. Maybe I'll try to do a video of what I've learned about the stitches too, even though my videos are probably not the best for learning how to do this. Then here you can see I put some, that's just a bead, and I put, this is citrine, I think, a little crystal that I put on there. And then this one, a little more colorful. Got the mushroom, of course, here where I did the couching. And then we've got the bead, some little pieces, fibers here, and more of that, I don't know what to call this, netting stuff, maybe. So that, and I guess that's everything. Did I go through this one? Yeah, I think I did. Lots of different layers. Loads of layers. This was really fun to do, and I'm definitely going to be making more and just try some new things. So now what I'm going to do is show the video of the process that I went through. I kind of, like I said, I start with the these first base pieces, and you'll see how I just, decided to keep adding layers and layers and layers. So I hope you enjoy watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can see when I have new content come out. Thanks so much for watching.
press me to your our world where roses bloom. When you speak, angel, sing from above. Everyday word seems turning into love song.
Mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.
For all time's sake. As time goes by. Some of the old songs. For all time's sake. As time goes by. Been a long time. Some of the old songs. For all time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time. For all time's sake.
I don't know what you mean, Miss Elsa.
from above. Everyday word seems turning into love song. I would.